Because you only have them for like a week and a week with now.
But it's not like everyone is saying they start buying the product. Just a few more people will end up buying it. If I want to sell more output though, I have to lower that price. So what we're going to see for a monopolistically competitive firm is the same thing we saw with a monopoly. And then every time you want to produce more, you expand output, you would think that that would raise your revenues, but when you expand output, if you have lower price at the same time, that actually has a negative impact on your revenue. Those two competing effects on your revenue are going to lead us to a case where marginal revenue is below pricing, just like it was for a monopoly. So perfect competition, marginal revenue and price are the same. That was not true for monopoly. It is not true for monopolistic competition. Now, what is true though is that when I find marginal revenue, it's still going to be twice as steep as the demand curve. So the marginal revenue curve facing the individual firm in this industry is going to be based on that individual firm's demand curve. Whatever that demand curve is, however elastic or inelastic that demand curve is, find twice the slope of that, that's going to be the marginal revenue curve.
That was the trick she gave for me.
I mean,
I
really,
got that
when you
right.
look at this picture, it looks just like monopoly, doesn't it? It's got the negative slope demand curve, marginal revenue is twice as steep. But keep in mind, what we're measuring here is just one firm's demand curve. We've got a little q over here, and the subscript f there on the d. It's one firm, not the entire market. All right, so how do you maximize profit? What's the rule? You maximize profit where marginal revenue equals marginal cost, right? That does not change. It's exactly the same here. You maximize profits where marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. If they're not equal, we need to continue adjusting output until we get to that point. So I need to know something about marginal cost. There's nothing unique about monopolistic competition that changes the way this marginal cost curve looks, so it's still going to have this hook shape to it. So I'm going to maximize my profit where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. That gets me my profit maximizing level of output. Does that mean that every single firm in this industry can produce the same level of output that I've chosen here?
When they gave you the questions,
No,
like
because
gave you a
every other
demand
firm in the
equation,
industry has a different
and you had to
demand
find
curve,
like the
right? Some are steeper, some are flatter. So the level of
You had to
output
make
they're
the
going to maximize
slope
profits
one
can be
half
different.
because the
Every other
demand
firm may not
slope
have the
was
same
1/4,
marginal
and
cost
you had to
curve
multiply
I
by
have.
2 to make it
Some
one.
of them are using different inputs to produce their products. Some
I
of them
know
are
what
using
you're
higher
talking
cost
about, but I
inputs,
knew to do
lower
that.
cost
You did?
inputs. So you would not expect this one to be the same across all companies. All right, how do you determine what price this competitor is going to charge? Price should be charged as high as you can get people to pay. So how do I figure out how much people are willing to pay here? That actually comes from the demand curve. So take that quantity up to the demand curve, and the y coordinate there gives us the price that's going to be charged. Again, this is not an equilibrium price here, right? It's not like this is the only price that anyone's ever going to charge in this market. This just happens to be the price this firm is going to be charging. Other firms will have a different price. All right, now there is something about this price, though. We have some terminology that we use to talk about this price that monopolistically competitive firms charge. Because if you look at this intersection here between MC and MR, the y coordinate right there is actually telling me how much it costs to produce this last unit of output, right? I'll call it MC star, the marginal cost of unit Q star right here. So really, in order to produce this unit of output, what the company needs enough money, enough price, enough revenue to cover the cost of selling that unit of output. But they're actually charging a price that's going to be higher than that. This difference between the price and the marginal cost of production is what we call markup. That's a term you guys have probably heard before, right? Somebody talks about a store and says, yeah, but they've got a really high markup at that store. What does that usually mean? It means you feel like they're charging prices that are higher than they need to be, in some sense. What that really means is the prices they're charging are more than enough to compensate them for their costs. They're charging based on that demand curve, not necessarily based on what it costs them to produce. So, monopolistically competitive firms, even though they're closer to perfect competition in terms of most of their characteristics, they're not going to end up looking at all like perfect competition. They still produce a marginal revenue equals marginal cost, but that is not where price equals marginal cost. That is not going to be where there is no markup. Competitive firms have no markup. This firm does. All right, so how do I figure out then what profit is actually going to look like? To figure out profit on these graphs, remember we always use the formula that quantity times price minus average total cost. So I'm going to add that to the other graph just because this one's pretty busy. Profit, by definition, quantity times price minus average total cost. You can draw the graph
Should I
up
get
there.
like a dollar? Should I get it?
A relatively flat demand
I'm
curve.
sick. I'm fucking sick.
The marginal revenue curve is twice as steep.
I saw your tweet.
Kind of hard to figure out exactly how steep this marginal revenue
I'm
curve
sick
is
of
supposed
that.
to be
In my
because I
acting
don't
box.
know what the x-intercept is for this demand curve. It could be flat on the paper somewhere here, so I'm just kind of estimating that it's twice as steep would be. Do the same marginal cost curve, and then identify that profit maximizing level of output. Price charged, coming from that.
Who the fuck?
Just like this marginal cost curve really is no different from monopolistic competition than it was for any other industry, we're going to find the average total cost curve is going to be the same as well. So average total cost is supposed to have this U shape. It's also supposed to intersect marginal cost at its minimum. Okay, so when I draw my average total cost, here's what I'm doing. Right in, it's going to come down to low demand for a little while. Go over to marginal cost. Once it hits marginal cost, it starts turning back up, and that's our average total cost curve. Alright, so based on the average total cost curve that I gave this firm, is this a firm earning positive, negative, or zero economic profit? How do you tell? What do I have to look at? Look at this difference right here. At the profit maximizing level of output, how do I determine what the average cost of production is? I take Q star up to ATC. The average total cost of producing that level of output is this y coordinate of average total cost right there. So which one's bigger? Price, ATC. Anytime the price is above the average total cost of production, that has to mean the profit's actually positive. So this firm is making positive economic profit. Can you see that area of profit? Remember the rectangle we have to identify for profit? It's got a base equal to the quantity, a height equal to the difference between price and average cost. So it's this whole rectangle right in there. It's going to be our positive profit. All right, again, it looks pretty much like a monopoly, right? It looks like the same picture. What's fundamentally different, though, is that this is just one firm. It is not the entire market. All demand marginal revenue curves here are a lot flatter, but visually the picture is going to look a lot like a monopoly. All right, so what's going to happen here in the long run? This firm in particular is making positive economic profit. If there's any firm in a monopolistically competitive industry making positive economic profit, what are other firms going to want to do? You want to join that market, right? Because remember, positive economic profit means you're earning more than you could anywhere else. You're earning more than you could invest alternatively, so you're earning more than you could anywhere else. So the next thing we'll look at here is what's going to happen in terms of long-run profit, and then we'll look at long-run profitability as well. Alright, so we'll start out with the case where profit is positive. If any firm, because again, some of these firms in the industry might not be making positive economic profit, right? Because they all have different costs and different prices that they're charging. But as long as there's some firm in this industry that's earning positive economic profit, then eventually what you're going to see is you're going to see firms beginning to enter the market. Now the process of getting to our long-run equilibrium here is a little bit different than what it was in perfect competition. Because here's what would happen in perfect competition. Firms enter. Because there's an increase in the number of firms, that was shifting the market supply curve to the right. Right? Supply increased. So when supply increased, that started pushing market prices down. And when those prices started falling, that was pushing profits down as well.
How many do you think?
We're going to have difficulty applying that same logic here because when firms enter the market, there is no like single market supply curve. There is no single market demand curve.
I have to hold this.
So what happens when these firms enter the market is it's actually to have two different effects. When firms enter the market, there are two other things that are going to start driving this profit down to zero. First of all, when you have more firms entering the market, you're increasing the number of goods that customers have to choose from. So what's likely to happen is there are going to be some of your customers who look at the newcomer and say, oh, I think I'd rather go over there.
Those are high right now.
So So it's very likely that you're going to see a decrease in the demand curve facing the firms that were already
It's
in
gonna
the
be
market.
recorded. You're gonna start laughing.
A decrease in the demand curve facing the firms that were already in the market. So decrease in demand, that's going to be a shift to the left, it's whole demand curve. At the same time, as these firms enter the market, I said it's giving customers more options, and that's reducing the demand. What it's also doing in giving them more options is it's increasing the number of substitutes, increasing the availability of substitutes, which again is going to have an impact on elasticity. You're also going to see then an increase in price elasticity of demand. You're going to see that the demand curve facing each of those firms that were already in the market is going to start getting, which one, steeper or flatter? We're increasing price elasticity, that's making things more elastic. Is that going to be flatter or steeper? It's going to be flatter. Steeper is less elastic. Flatter is more elastic. All right, so go back to the picture here for a second and see what that's going to look like. Both demand decreases and it becomes flatter. Look what that's going to do. So here's our demand curve. Demand decreases, shifts over to the left here. What is that going to start doing to the price that you can charge for your product? It's going to go down.
I mean,
It's pretty
and
obvious.
something.
Now, what's going to happen if the demand curve starts getting flatter? What is that going to do to the price that you can charge for your product? It's also going to be decreasing the price that you can charge for your product. So both of these effects, both the fact that demand is shifting to the left and the fact that it's getting flatter, are going to lead to a decrease in the price. That price is going to continue falling until firms stop entering. And when are firms going to stop entering? They're going to stop entering once that profit gets to zero. When that profit gets to zero, then nobody's trying to enter the market, nobody's trying to exit the market, because wherever profit